Well guys, I'm gonna do a video on the SetPower fridge. I've kind of given up. We had snow all day yesterday. It's 15 degrees this morning. So trying to set the temperature to 30 degrees on a fridge when it's 15 degrees out, it's just not working. What I was trying to do is test my solar panels for my bus and charge up these batteries and then run this fridge. I'm kind of giving up. What I'm going to do is try to get an amp draw from the battery usage. And then I got a watt meter. I'm going to go plug it in downstairs. It's like 65 degrees down there, and see kind of what amperage draw it makes. And what I'm wanting to do, we're going to take my truck. I finally got it back after a $4,000 wire harness broke apart and blew up everything in my truck. But got it going. We're going to take it to spring break, not taking the bus. But what I want to do is try to throw one of these batteries in the back and run this cooler. And so we'll have this cooler for going down there while we're there and then coming back. And then I'll probably throw a solar panel in there just to keep it charged. But long story short, I want to see if I can figure out what the amp draw is on that. So I'm going to take the fridge. I'm actually going to plug it in, see what the amp draw is, and then take it downstairs and run it through its paces. And then we're going to set the cooler in the truck with the battery and see how she does going to Myrtle Beach and back, and how much room it provides. So what I'm going to do now is just, I got my Frankenstein mess here. I'm going to plug the cooler in. It's on 12 volt, and it's probably not even going to turn on. Well, I wonder if I can tell it to go real cold. So it's like 0. So see if I can get it to turn on. Like I said, it's like 20 degrees outside. There, the compressor kicked on. See if you can hear it. So I got the compressor on. It's just on 12 volt. And what this is saying is 3.4 amps. And that's on. So I set it to 0. And it's on compressor. It's on max. You can set min and max. And battery protection low. And the temperature, so it's 32 inside, so it's been keeping it warm in there. It looks like 3.6 amps. So, okay. So if we round up to 4 times 12 is 48 watts to run this. So less than 50 watts. And so what I want to figure out by taking it inside where it's like 70 degrees is how much does it run? Because what it's going to do is it's going to cool itself down and then it's going to shut off. And I'd like to see how long it stays there. And I'll probably put some bottled water and stuff in there to keep the temp. What I'm thinking is maybe I don't put anything in there at all and see what it does. And then when we load it up, I'll have to think about it, because I'm just trying to figure out the best way to figure out how long I can run it. The other thing I'm trying to do is just charge these batteries off my solar panels. That's just my 80 watt CIGS. And I've got it on my Victron, but right now we're just getting about 20, almost 28 watts, and it's 14.5 volts. So I'm gonna let this charge all day today. We've got some blue skies finally and some sun. Haven't seen that for a while. You can see we've got our snow, what's left of it, so hopefully that was Mother Nature's in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this cooler downstairs, I guess, to give you an introduction to it. So this is SetPower, and they make kind of overlanding coolers. And so I picked this one out. Some people said they didn't like it, but I like the yellow and black. Show a picture here of a friend's Kenny Rogers RZ350. Kind of like the color scheme, but I'm older too. But it's kind of a metal package. These, you know, are these the neatest looking hinges? Probably not, but they're kind of utilitarian. I kind of like it. But it looks like this thing's pretty insulated with the top. And they've got a compressor down here, and this will run off 12 volt, 24 volt, and AC. And so what I've been trying to do is get a draw on it, but it's been so cold I can't get it to turn on. So I'm gonna bring it inside, see if I can figure out what kind of amp draw it is. I've kept it in this styrofoam just to keep it nice. I'll probably keep it in there, or I don't know, I'll probably pull it out, but I'm gonna bring this guy in and plug it in and see what kind of power it takes to maintain at like 30, I'm just gonna say 32 degrees. And I'm not gonna put anything in it, and that'll kind of give an indication of, you know, it only get better from there, right? So I'll just do that. All right, so I brought her downstairs. This is my little basement. I've got a Bitcoin miner providing the heat down here. What I thought I'd do is, let's see what the temperature is. It says 68, coming out of there is 80. Let this thing warm up, because I think it's still cold. So as soon as it gets warmed up, what I'm gonna do is you take the cigarette lighter and you plug it into here, and then you plug this into there. And what I'm gonna do then is see how many watts with the watt meter it takes to maintain 32 degrees with whatever temperature I've got here. But I'm gonna let it warm up to room temperature first. That way we can see how long it really takes. So I'll let it sit for a little bit. All right, well, I think we're pretty close. This says, what, 69, 68, that's 63, 63. So I think we're pretty close. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, we can just go ahead and do it here. See if I can zoom out. Plug this guy in. Plug this guy in here. We got light. And what I'm gonna do is set this to 32 degrees. 32. And go ahead and shut this. I don't know if this, yeah, it shuts it pretty good. So let this run. Right now it's saying 40 watts. So that's, I was trying to see, 39. You know, if it pulled the same going through there versus 12 and 24, you'd think it'd be the same, but I have no idea. So I'll keep an eye on it. So 39 watts, it's not that much. So I'll, it is 12:25. I'll check back in an hour or so. So checking back in here, it is 2 2:45. So a little bit late here. We're 65 degrees here, and checking out on the inside. We are 39, 30, did say 27, 30 degrees, 33, 33. Shut that back up. And I'm set at 32. So we're maintaining. And then my watt meter, it's not running right now, but we are 0.03 kilowatt. And 2 hours and 19 minutes. Of runtime. So I'll just keep doing this. I think probably because I've doing my taxes, so I've forgot about this a couple times, but it doesn't run very much at all. Probably gonna do this until tonight, and then I'll probably let it warm back up and then fill it full of water bottles and see kind of what it does then. Thought I'd show you my battery here. So it's in absorption, so it's only drawing 60 watts. So 14 volt at 4 amp. So that 80 watt panel, I unplugged it and plugged it back in, and it was like 85, 90 watts of power. And then it shuts down to absorption. So I think what I'm gonna do is charge this guy up, and then I'm just gonna throw that battery in the back of the truck and run the cooler. So it's cold and windy out, but it's a beautiful day. Well, it's the next day and 12:30. I think I'm gonna call it. It's kind of equalized. We are 37 degrees. I think it's a little bit cooler there at the bottom, 36, 40, 39. So I think it holds temperature pretty good. I've been keeping track of the temperature and wattages. As you can see right here, we are 0.178. So 0.178 kilowatt. And we're at 24 hours. So I'll do the math real quick. So my math, what I did was I tried to capture at the time here, the temperature, the hours, and then I'm trying to get a watt per hour so that I can figure out how many watts this takes to run full blast in a day. And so what I've got is 192 watts per day. It's come down to we started at 12 watt hours, but that was when it was running at the start. And then we've come down to 7.42. So if we figure 8 watts over 24 hours, that's 200 watts a day in my battery I'm gonna connect it to. If you divide it in half, because it's an AGM, that's about 1470. So I should get 7 days of running from this. And then I've got that 80 watt solar panel out there. So if I ran 200 watts per day and I've got an 80 watt solar panel, as long as I got 2 hours of sunshine like I would never run the battery down. So that's what I'm trying to get to and what I'm playing with, because I've got that battery outside getting charged up from the sun, and I'm wanting to throw that battery in the truck, run the cooler, and then I'll have the solar panel to help do it. So I'm gonna pull this outside and show some more stuff. So what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna throw this battery in my truck, and that solar panel, and the cooler, and I'm gonna throw it in the back of the truck for our trip and see how well it works. I've been charging this battery and it's finally fully charged. So I was gonna go ahead and plug this in. And leave it open just a little bit, just try to capture some more sunlight. See if I can get the solar panel to throw some more juice inside of there. But I think I'm going to throw this video up and just kind of show you I've charged that battery from that solar panel. That 80 watt solar panel is putting out 85 watts in the sun, which is awesome. And this cooler, I think, is going to pull about 200 watts a day, which is nothing. Should be able to run it 7 days without charging, and that's only going to 50% on one battery. So I think I'm going to try to fix up my Frankenstein mess and make it a little more presentable and throw this in the truck, and then I'll do probably another review on how well it kept everything cold and did it really draw the amps I was thinking. But so far I like the cooler. Gonna get it all packed up and cooled down and ready to go. So here's my setup. I got the SetPower cooler in the back of the truck. Starting to get some stuff put in there. I've got my 80 watt solar panel on the back, and I've got my battery tucked up underneath there. It's better than it looks, but I think I should be able to run this cooler for several days off that battery. And that's an 80 watt solar panel, and the fridge only takes 50 watts, but it doesn't run all the time. So I think I'm just charging it right now before we go, and it should last for several days. And then when I get there, I can just throw the panel up and charge it back up. So we'll see how it goes. So I've been using the refrigerator since we left, and it's kept it nice and cold inside. Got it running off our 12 volt battery. It's been really nice. How's that cooler working out?
Really good. It's really nice.
Here, show me inside.
Okay. Ugh.
Keeps it nice and cold in there, doesn't it?
Yup.
So I've got my battery inside the truck and threw the solar panel up there. And in this cloudy weather, I'm getting like 25 watts. So I'll throw that on there and keep it on, and get my battery charged up for the ride home, or if we decide to go out. Well, the cooler's been working out real well. We've been kind of using it as a backup here. We've got a bunch of Cokes and some fake beer inside of there. I did set it down to 27 degrees, and it just seems like it keeps it more around the 30, 32 degrees inside, but it's been working out real well. Cooler ended up working real well. We've got it running off the battery, and the solar panel has actually made the battery go into absorption, and the cooler's still on. And we've got everything ice cold inside, so it's worked out pretty good. Well, we just got back. Our 12-hour trip took 16 and a half hours, but this cooler cooler did fantastic. Had it run off that battery, brought the solar panel. So we're able to keep a bunch of food and drinks cool. So it was pretty awesome. We'll be bringing it with us on every trip. Well, this is where I'm going to end this video, but I am excited. This thing, it did really well. So I kept it at 25 degrees. It seemed like it kept the inside cooler. I'm gonna get my probe here. All right, so inside here at 25, it's like 28 down there in the bottom. And I don't know if you can read that. It's like 30 up here. What's this stuff? 27. Just felt a lot colder. So I don't know where it takes its measurement, but it definitely gets cold in there. I wanted it like at 32, and like I said, I put it at 25, and this thing has been awesome to be able to carry everything. And had it connected to that big 8D battery. That thing is 160 pounds. And what I'm excited about, and I've also got the Victron Solar Controller. What this thing is, Dr. Prepare reached out to me and asked if I'd look at their battery, and I said yes. And it would have been awesome to get it, you know, now or before the trip, but this battery right here, it's a 100 amp LFP LiFePO battery. And so that's about 12 to 1300 watts of power, which is more than this 160 pound AGM. And it has a built-in USB and also MPPT solar charge controller and everything else. And it only weighs like 25 pounds. So that's gonna come up in my next video, and like to pair this solar panel with it. Also this cooler, because what I've found, I could keep this cooler in the back of the truck, and then, you know, as long as I have the battery there and this solar panel, I think I can run that indefinitely. And so you could take it out to the beach. Bringing that battery makes it a lot more mobile than that thing right there. Like I said, it's 160 pounds, but that's just my constraint. But more videos to come. I'll be unboxing that thing, but trying to wrap it up here with the SetPower cooler. This thing has been awesome. The handles been great. I didn't know if I'd like these, and they actually do really good. They're solid. They're not going to come out. This thing it's done really well. So this is going to come with us every time we take the truck somewhere. I'm going to throw it on the bus as well. So more videos to come. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some videos of that battery.